Good day, agents. This is Rick Love. I'm a 23-year million-dollar roundtable qualifier. I've been in this insurance and financial service industry now for approximately 30 years. And I want to talk to you today about some concerns that I have about the industry and what we're doing at Final Expense Kingdom to address and solve the problems. We interview and talk with agents all over the United States on a daily basis, and we've done so for many years. And so, what I have discovered are some of the problems that have created the high attrition rate that you see in this industry. For an example, statistically speaking, only 8% of life insurance agents will remain in this business past the 3-year mark. Now, follow me. 100 people come into the business. Within a 3-year period of time, you only have 8 people left. That's that's an awful, dismal number. That you come into an industry with great enthusiasm, a desire to impact positive change in folks' lives, to educate them about financial literacy, insurance, investments, etc. But within 3 years of entering this industry, only 8% survive past 3 years. What I want to talk to you about today is some of the problems as we've indicated and what we've identified, and to provide you with concrete steps, a roadmap, solutions that we offer at Final Expense Kingdom, coupled with the inbound client acquisition system to solve those problems and provide you with the rewarding lifestyle and the capacity to impact positive change in folks' lives that this industry offers.
Absolutely. And Mr. Love, you always say, and you preach this to your agents when you do your master classes and you do your, your calls with the agents that you work with, is you always say the 3 components that makes an agent successful: lead generation, sales abilities, and products, right? You write, and again, I'm running your ads, so I know what you write per year. You write over 300 apps per year, life insurance applications. And you said most people don't even get to do that in a lifetime. Why do you think most agents can't get to that level which you've reached?
Mr. Roussel, oftentimes it's they don't have a system. It's lack thereof of a system to get them to the place that they aspire to be. You indicated the 3 critical pieces. Lead generation, number 1. Lead generation. People quickly discover that you cannot rely upon your warm market to sustain you in this industry. You just can't. And Mr. Roussel, if I go back a little bit, I built my business with direct mail. That's how we began. Because I knew early on that trying to rely upon warm market and going out into the market, the streets per se, and trying to find a prospect to sell life insurance to, I knew that was not a sustainable model. And I call it an antiquated methodology. Again, I knew that I didn't want to try and build my business by every day going out, approaching strangers, trying to find a life insurance sale. I knew that that's not the way I wanted to grow. So I invested in marketing many years ago. I would send out a 5,000 piece direct mail mailer. And the response rate back then, of course, I'm talking years ago, was about 3%. So I would get about 150 hot leads. People would give me their names, how much insurance they wanted, where they live, phone number, etc. And I built a very successful practice that way. And then around 2016, we started generating leads using social media platforms with the inbound client acquisition system. So again, I knew that lead generation was critical. And so agents, that are listening, number one problem is you have to solve the lead generation problem. And we solved that with the inbound client acquisition system. Now our agent is no longer buying leads, because when you're in that category, you don't know what you're buying. You're buying recycled, redistributed, age leads. You have no idea how the lead was generated, because you don't know what the people viewed that they subscribed to. You don't know if it's a timeshare, some kind of vacation plan, a vacation trip, a Walmart gift card, a free government program. You don't know what they responded to that someone is selling you, quote unquote, a lead. And you know what, Mr. Roussel, some of these leads now are over $70 each.
Hmm.
There's
Wow.
one company in particular, I won't have anybody that's with the company know what I'm talking about, that you own the lead for 15 days. Now, you just bought it. You own it for 15 days. And if you don't sell that product to that person within the 15 days, we now have the right to redistribute that lead to other agents.
Oh,
So
man.
now agents are getting leads on layaway, or they're borrowing leads.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So we have to solve the inbound client acquisition system solves the lead generation problem. Then the other point you brought up was training. Training is critical, because now I've got a lead. What do I do with it? I have grandchildren, and if a lead come across my computer and I'll print it up. My grandson will make a paper airplane out of it, because I have taught him how to make paper airplanes. That's what we did as kids, because that's the value that lead has for him. It's a paper airplane, Grandpa. And so the same thing applies to agents. Without the proper training, they get a lead, they might as well make a paper airplane out of it and throw it out the window. Because without the training necessary, particularly to sell over the phone, because at Final Expense Kingdom, we teach our agents to sell 100% exclusively over the phone. Okay. And then number 3, products. You have to have a portfolio that will allow you to address every nuance you encounter when you're on the phone with a particular client or you're meeting with someone. And here again, some of these agents, I think about the agents, God bless them. You got one product, your one trick pony. And it's not the best product in the industry. It just isn't. It's a term product. It's not the best product in the industry. If we run illustrations and quotes, any Primerica agent will see that their product falls very low in regards to carriers that have superior products and superior prices. And so you go into a home or you're meeting with a client, they're 5'5", 500 pounds. You can't sell them a term insurance product. What do you do now? They still need insurance. Mm-hmm. And don't talk to me about buy term and invest the difference. That's a failed philosophy. And that's something that people still quote. Most folks don't invest the difference. So again, having the right product mix, the portfolio, to address every nuance. Because again, Mr. Roussel, we're in an industry to help people. And because you only have one tool in your toolbox, that's not the client's fault. That's the agent's fault. That you're trying to build a business with one product, one company that doesn't address every need, that isn't the most price competitive product, but this is what you pull out. So product portfolio is critical. And at Final Expense Kingdom, with my 30 years of experience, we have assembled a portfolio that I consider second to none. So those three things are vital.
Mr. Love, something I've noticed about you, I've been working with you now for 5 years, and I want to let the people know who may have never encountered you for the first time that you've always put the end customer or the end consumer first. And by putting in front a lot of products available to the agents, not only, you know, is it going to lower the cost for the end consumer, but in the end, you're giving them what they need. And if you were only there for your own pockets, you would be genuinely wanting to push just one product. And most people don't understand that is that if that was genuinely what you wanted to do is you were here just for your own pockets, you would be genuinely just wanting to push one or two products.
Absolutely. You'll probably push the product that provide you the highest commission.
Right. Exactly.
Or if you're a one-trick pony, this all you have.
Right.
It's about serving the client. And agents, please hear me. God has blessed me to be very successful in this business. It's about serving the client. And when you do that, brother, your brand will spread, your
Mhm.
name will spread. The referral part of this business, you can't discount how important that is. And when you're providing people with superior products, getting the referral part of this business down is second nature. Okay. And we do a training on how to work your warm market and how to work your referral and how to generate referrals. We have a complete training series on that we just concluded not long
Mhm.
ago with the agents who have joined Final Expense Kingdom. And I want agents to know we're one of the fastest growing organizations in this business. Why? Well, first of all, and Mr. Roussel, I give all praise, honor, and glory to God for blessing me in this industry. So I don't want nobody to think that it's just me, because no way is it just me. But I want you to know something. What I have noticed in this industry, there are a lot of modern day, one-year wonders in this business.
Mm.
There's some entities within the insurance industry that as soon as an agent gets a license, they're taught to recruit. I
Mm.
was talking with an agent the other day out in California. He's a regional vice president with Prime Miss America. And he said, yeah, Mr. Love, I've been in the business 2 months and I've got 20 agents. I said, well, how many? And they made him a regional vice president. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know what he's a vice president of. And I said, well, how many applications have you written? He said, well, Mr. Love, I haven't written any. He said, they write them. I said, so you have never written an application?
Mm.
I couldn't believe it. This is a
Mm.
conversation I had last week. And he said, no, sir, I've never written an application. I found that preposterous that
Mm.
you have people in this business recruiting folk, have never written a policy, never been $1 million round table qualifier, nothing. Just they're in a particular carrier situation that requires them to start recruiting as soon as they get a
Mm.
license. It's dangerous. And agents who are listening to me, don't fall prey to this. Don't fall prey to this. There need to be a demonstrated level of success from that individual prior to you even thinking about remotely joining forces with them. That's why I start out by letting people know I've had and continue to have a sustained level of success in this industry. See, when
Mm.
you're writing over 300 applications a year in this business, that puts you in a different stratosphere. Not only that, the training that we provide at Final Expense Kingdom, our agent mastery training, is second to none. The whole premise is to take the insurance agent and turn them into an insurance professional.
Mm.
There's a lot of steps involved in that. And then once agents complete agent mastery training, our masterclass academy, Now you just in a whole different arena. That training is so critical to an agent's success. Not going to a cockatoo party or an event where you go to and everybody tell me, well, I sold 5 policies. I recruited 20 agents. I did this. I did that. Well, obviously, the majority of agents aren't doing that because only 8% survive 3 years. So training again. And Brother Roussel, you've been around me for years, and anyone who's been around me know that I place great emphasis on training. And,
Mm-hmm.
and so much so that with the connections that we have in the industry, the top carriers in the insurance space and annuity space come onto our Final Expense Kingdom training platforms to work with our agents. Actually, we just had John Hancock on earlier. John Hancock has a great portfolio of products. We just had them on, and one of our upcoming guests later in a couple of weeks will be Mutual of Omaha, another great carrier that we have a great relationship with. And so we have these relationships with these carriers, and they come onto our platform and do their portfolio introduction to all of our agents.
Absolutely. I was on that call this morning. It was a phenomenal call. And something, Mr. Rick Love, you said earlier that they go to these different event parties and they start recruiting and they start selling insurance this way and they get on this high. But what most agents fail to understand is that there's no predictability linked to that. When you're getting new business a little bit everywhere without creating something that's repeatable or predictable. And early on in your career, when it came to marketing, you understood that I needed to get a consistent flow of new traffic where I can come on at any time, start my ads, and start to see leads. The same way people will probably know you and are watching this YouTube video, at some point, they saw your ad. And so that's a proof that the system works in itself because now they're watching you and you're in your ecosystem because you've ran ads for yourself. So you understood the system. So talk a little bit more about this system because everything is so important. I've seen your sales script second to none. Every line is psychologically induced. It's a powerful script, the way you present the tonality. But yes, you can do that with an agent for 6 months, but if you never teach them to talk to an actual real prospect, then all that for what? Right? So the conversation always has to come back to lead generation because we can only see the full fruit of this whole process if we have something that sets the initial spark of the fire, right? You can't start a fire. You can have all the wood put in place, set in a specific order, but if you don't have the match, you can't start it. And this is why the inbound client acquisition system was started. So talk a little bit about the importance of being marketing first. You've always been a marketing first person. You've never been scared to invest in yourself, in your ad spend. Maybe this is a belief system that you may have to just talk to people about, right?
Brother Roussel, that is so important. We're in a business, and as a business person, you have to understand how critical marketing is. It's critical. And what we look at in marketing is ROI, the return on my investment. Let's start back with what you initially said, that the reason you're even viewing this video is because of an ad that was utilized somewhere on social media spaces. And now here we are engaged. So when you're looking at ROI, what we look at is if I have an ad spend, because that's how Facebook works, social media marketing works. Some people may remember when you used to place an ad in a newspaper, or when I sold my first car, I placed an ad in the local newspaper. I forget what it cost back then. It may have been $50 a week. And they would post my ad to the subscribers of that particular newspaper. And they would see my ad, and if they were interested in buying a car, that's how I sold my first car. The same Facebook does the same thing. So Facebook says you want to spend $25 a day with us. We're then going to strategically place your insurance ads before these groups of people and how many states you want us to show them in. And that's how you then generate a lead. Well, I market in 22 states. Okay. So I can generate life insurance leads from 22 states across the country consistently. Now, agents, I want you to understand this. That way of doing this business where I don't know where my next lead, my next prospect is coming from, unless I go out and capture somebody or find somebody or interrupt somebody in a grocery store, which I think is just horrible. You see somebody in a line, a grocery store line, and you try to introduce yourself so you can perhaps recruit them or sell them a product. That's ridiculous. And God bless you. If you want to continue to try and build that way, I compare it to the horse-drawn carriage and the automobile. There was a time when we had the horse-drawn carriage for transportation. Many folks traded it in for the automobile when they became available. Now, ironically, both modes of transportation will get you to the same destination. It's just that the automobile will get you there quicker. The same methodology applies to leads and sales and prospects, etc. The antiquated methodology of going out, beating the bush, trying to find somebody, it'll get you perhaps. The numbers say it's not getting you to the desired destination because only 8% survive past 3 years. So I would venture to say that antiquated methodology is not getting people to the desired destination. Come over here to the 8% side. With a lead generation system, the inbound client acquisition system, that's going to take care of the lead problem. So we can put that to rest. Now the training comes in. And you spoke about the training and having a script. Our script, NEQR, and a lot of you know about that type of psychological training. Our script is geared toward one thing. Hello, Mrs. Jones. To Mrs. Jones, thank you for allowing me an opportunity to take care of your life insurance needs from A to Z. The script, Brother Roussel, you know, we've been doing straight telesales now almost 10 years, or just selling over the phone. And I would like to say that I feel that we have mastered how to sell over the phone. And we're able to transfer all of that knowledge and wisdom and training onto new agents that join forces with Final Expense Kingdom.
10 years, that would cost how much to a new agent? $20,000, $30,000 to configure?
Brother, that kind of training is worth over $100,000 just the training. I've had agents that tell me, because, you know, agents, when they join Final Expense Kingdom, also get access to our agent sales library.
Right.
I've had agents tell me that's $1 million worth of education just there. All of the content, all of the material that one receives to aid them so that they can not only just become part of the 8%. Now, I want to say this. Not just the 8% that lasts past 3 years, but to be a part of the 8% making over a six-figure a year income. And not just now and then, but to make that income consistently. That's my premise. That's my mission.
Right.
At this stage of my career, is to create as many six-figure income producers as I can. And I'm gonna tell you, Brother Roussel, I was just talking with an agent earlier today in Chicago. great guy. Welcome to the team. And I was telling him, we're going to provide you with a table, a superior training, product, etc. It's up to you to avail yourself of what's at the
Right.
table.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to provide you with all that you need to eat and to grow and to develop. And that's what we do at Final Expense Kingdom.
Love it. Love it. So anybody here watching this episode, I encourage you to go to the link in the description. There's a link there to learn more about the whole lead generation process that Mr. Rick Love uses. And you can see if you qualify to book a call from that video. Mr. Love, the biggest gift you can give someone is training. You said that earlier. And I always say this. I even say this to my business partner. I say, once an individual, let alone, let's push the word agent for a second. Once an individual can learn the ability to generate their own leads using a social media platform, using today's AI technology, using automation to follow up with these leads, getting them booked with you or picking up or calling you while watching a video from you, and then being able to close this prospect. If you have this information and you learn these two skills, you have the product. The carriers are providing the agents with the product. So those are the only two skills that people need to master. And so lead generation and sales, you can build $1 million a year business because so many opportunities open up at that point. You can sell higher ticket policies in the future. You can start recruiting, getting people to you eventually and have your own downline. So this is I know for a fact that this is the vision that you have for agents listening to this right now.
Mr. Roussel, let me add this. Those agents who come aboard and join forces with Final Expense Kingdom, we have the capability to then help them and to build their own downline. We have that capability. We don't have to go create it. It's already created. We can help them recruit agents all across the United States of America from the comfort of their own home. Again, the antiquated methodology of going out, finding a recruit, finding a suspect, a prospect, whatever they want to call them, they know what I'm talking about. There's a better way to do this business. Mr. David Wilkins, one of our senior sales directors, has been with me now for over 10 years. Mr. Wilkins is a former NFL football player, so he knows the rewards of dedication and commitment. He understands that.
Right.
Because to reach those levels of athletic supremacy that he has reached, we know that it requires those principles. One of the questions I asked him years ago when he was struggling in his business, are you interested in doing the insurance business a better way? That was the question. And he looked at me. He said, Mr. Love, yes, I am. He quit that company he was with that very same day. He was paying 30, I think they were charging him $30 a lead back then, or $30, $35 a lead, because he was buying them.
Right.
He quit that organization that day. He's been with me ever since. And I don't want to talk about his income. He makes very good money, very good money. Agents, I want you to hear me. The inbound client acquisition system is going to solve the paramount problem, the number one that agents have in this country. 98% of life insurance agents, Mr. Roussel, are 100% reliant and dependent upon someone else to provide them with someone to sell their product to. Now, you got to think about this for a moment. 98% lack the ability to generate their own high intent, high quality lead. That's just a fact. That problem can be solved today. It has been solved for many agents across this country that we've been blessed to work with.
Yes, and you know what? And Mr. Love, And just to say this, you just said this, that we've helped every 14 days, agents coming into us, buying into the inbound client acquisition system. Every 14 days, we're getting a new agent to sell their first 3 policies completely digitally from home with their own ads. I never told you the stat though. I was going back through the numbers and looking at our agents. Right now, every 14 days, a new agent's getting 3 sold policies. So now the question becomes, who's going to be that next person? That person listening to us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what, Mr. Roussel, thank you. I know you're a numbers guy. Thank you. Thank you. Here's you asked the question. Are you the next one? I'm looking at someone now. Are you the next one? Are you sick and tired of the methodology that you're utilizing, trying to get to the levels you aspire to get to? Are you beginning to realize, you know what? Just like folks traded in the horse and buggy for a different mode of transportation, is it time for me to trade in this methodology that I bought into, that I've been following, for what Mr. Rick Love is speaking about here? Something that got more horsepower to it, something that's more fancier to drive, and something that will get me to my desired location, my desired level of success that I aspire to obtain in this industry. Is it time? And agents, I want to tell you today, based on my conversations with agents all over this country, it's past time. It's past time. And Mr. Roussel, the inbound client acquisition system is changing lives all over this country. It is, because it's solving that number one problem. And then those agents who decide that, you know what, I'm tired of following these one-day wonders and modern-day gurus. This man here has a sustained level of success. This man I'm listening to now has systems in place, training platforms in place,
Mm,
relationship with the top carriers in this country, and he's willing to mentor me, help train me. I have national sales directors who have, and listen, I don't promote nobody until they've demonstrated certain levels of success. I
mm,
don't just promote you because you just got a license. I don't agree with that philosophy. My national sales directors have been with me for over 10 years. Literally, when you hear them speak, you're hearing Rick Love. That's what I'm talking
mm,
about. So the mentorship, and then we have agent sales development specialists. And so then the mentorship that you receive, see, that's so vital.
mm,
Agents, you got to know this. That is so vital to
mm,
learn all of the auspices of the insurance industry, not just final expense. IULs, UL, term products, annuity products. Brother Roussel, you know what? We're getting ready to start a training. We're getting ready to do a series on infinite banking concepts.
mm,
We're getting ready to dive into an in-depth, so many people speak about it, but they can't elucidate on it. They don't know about the tax complications, funding, underfunding, overfunding, it turning into a mech, etc. So we're getting ready to do a deep dive into infinite banking concepts,
mm,
the pros, the cons, how was it created? When did it start? Why was it created? Et cetera, et cetera. So our agents are really looking forward to that. And so, and of course, this training is for the agents within the final expense kingdom space. We know that. But they're getting ready to do that. And we just concluded an exhaustive training on annuities. I've been blessed to have written millions and millions of dollars worth of annuity premiums. And so we just did an in-depth study and training on fixed index annuities, how to introduce them, how to bring them up in a conversation, and how to close them. I,
mm,
as you can see, perhaps, my passion for this industry is unparalleled. And my passion to see agents succeed is second to none
Mm.
because I'm aware of some of the crap that's out here. I'm acutely aware of this stuff that's out here. And agents, if that stuff was so great, you would have to ask yourself one question. Why isn't Rick Love a part of it? Why isn't Rick Love a part of PHP? Why isn't Rick Love a part of World Financial Group? Why is Rick Love not a part of Prime America? Why is Rick Love not a part of GFI and some of these other entities, American Income Life, etc.? If they were so great, why isn't that man a part of them?
Mm.
Because I know what they are. Agents, there's a better way to do this business. And if you want to grow and build, we have all the tools necessary at Final Expense Kingdom. We have the mentorship, we have the guidance to get you to where you aspire to be.
Mr. Love, something I always say is you can't fake conviction. And one thing I've felt from you personally, and I'm sure people who watched you so far have felt this level of conviction, and you cannot fake convictions. If you haven't walked the path before, then you can't be as convicted as someone like you, Mr. Love, today. And your passion obviously shows it. So at this time, again, if you're still watching this, click the link down below in the description. It's going to show you the whole walkthrough of the system, the lead generation system that Mr. Love uses, the inbound client acquisition system. And since I'm here, for some agents that maybe you're wondering, some popular question and answers that I want to answer that we've gotten from the agent. Some might say, well, how much money do I need to put in ad spend? That's a common question that I've gotten. And if you don't mind me, I'll answer a few of them. That's really determinant on how much you want to write. And I say this genuinely because we see it as ROI, like Mr. Love said it earlier. You put money in, you put money out. So we recommend agents to start at between $30 to $50 per day as a start, just because we would be lying to you if we said you can do it at $10 per day. We're looking at giving you true results. So when we're talking about ad spend, we know that if we can get you to a $50 per ad spend, and now you're getting, between 2 to 7 leads per day, we know that that can result in an app written a day or an app written every few days. Okay. But I wouldn't be able to say that if I told you to put an ad spend of $10 per day. Do you want to add something? Yes, Mr.
Yes, please, Mr. Roussel. I, I recommend $50 a day ad spend, but I do know that most people, their budgetary restrictions may not allow them to do that. So you want to start at least $25 a day. But let's use $50 a day for an example. $50 a day ad spend so Facebook can strategically place your ads. And again, Mr. Roussel, they need to know that all of these things are within the inbound client acquisition system. We have some of the most beautiful, well-crafted ads for this industry. I mean, you and the digital marketing team consistently create new ad copy so that when people do see these ads and read the copy, they are psychologically driven to become a lead. People
Right.
need to understand there's a science behind this. They don't have to create it. The inbound client acquisition system is already there. But if we do $50 a day times 7, that's $350. One application a week, you're already profitable because the average app size is anywhere from $700 to $900. So I'm already profitable if I sell one policy.
Mm.
Because when we look at ROI, we're looking at anywhere from 8 to 10 times what I spend per week. I think I think that's about the number. What we're looking at is 8. So if I spend $350 a week ad
And
spend, I'm looking at earning over $2,000 a week at least.
and that varies, right? Depending on, people's sales skills and whatnot. It could be we look for a minimum of 3 to 4x, but you
Wait,
know,
hold on. You did it. You said it. Because again, remember the paper airplane analogy.
right.
Without this proper training and skill set, agent first thing they'll say is a bad lead. Well, no, they're bad salespeople. Training is crucial. And that's why Mr. Roux said that first 2 weeks, that in-depth training, to get you prepared. They get the opportunity when they join Final Expense Kingdom to listen to actual sales recordings so they
Right.
can hear it. They got that script, etc. So that when they start generating leads, now I have a greater probability of closing the lead because of my training and my skill set.
Mm,
Crucial, crucial
mm,
elements.
mm. Absolutely. Second, and this is probably the last most popular question, Mr. Love, that we'll address together is, with this program, will I have everything that I need to put together an ad, right? And people would say, are you going to give me the templates? Is this done for me, done for you, done with you, do it yourself, whatnot? We're doing it with you. And the reason why we don't do it for you is because we don't leave you with the biggest gift, which we've talked about from the very beginning, is learning the ability to do it yourself, to generate these leads for yourself. It's like in IKEA. Why are people buying from IKEA and not getting it delivered? Because they like the idea that this chair that they've built, they put it themselves, right? And so what we do is we give you all the templates that you need, all the creatives, all the ad copy. It's a plug and play. You copy it and you put it. It's take this from us. We know this works. This image is the best performing ad right now in our agency. Again, we're launching ads every day. So we know what works. And if we tell you this is what you should use, it's not because you need to spend $20,000, $30,000 to test things. We already do that for you. So you can just put that ad and place it and start launching. It's very, very plug and play. I mean, anybody looking at you, Mr. Love, know that you're not under the age of 55 or 60. So they know that if you can do it, and so can Brother Wilkins and a bunch of other folks that are every 14 days, 3 people are selling online. If they're able to do it, then so can they.
Mr. Roussel, I want agents to know you don't have to be a technological guru. We've done that for you. That's what the inbound client acquisition system is. It's a complete plug and play marketing system, period. I'll be 66 in September. By God, grace and mercy, 66. I embrace technology like my children because I know that tech and within this system, all the automations that are in place to do the redundant tasks that agents are doing on a daily basis, everything is built into the system. The funnel is already built into the system. So you don't have to worry about trying to
Right.
learn about click funnels and all those things. Everything is mapped out into the system called a scope. Everything is in the system. And it's not like, Brother Russo, I have to say this because I'm aware of some of these other people out here selling agents crap. You ever did a crossword puzzle and the picture is not on the box of what it should look like? That would be an improbability.
Mm,
That's what a lot of this other crap is. You got something delivered and the picture of what it should look like is not on the box.
mm.
Our system comes with a digital marketing team to assist.
Right.
You're not alone. And you also have Final Expense Kingdom and Rick Love to assist. So you're not alone when you invest in the inbound client acquisition system.
Mm,
You're not alone. And I want agents to understand that you're not alone. You're not alone. We're here to help. We're here to guide, to instruct. And when those leads start coming in, that you are equipped to close them, to help those people that came to you. Because remember, this you own the system. So they're coming to Jamie Roussel for help.
mm.
They're coming directly to you. Oh Lord, I just love it because it's yours. They're exclusive. No one else has it. It's you. And now you do what you've been trained to do. And you take that person from hello, Mrs. Jones, to thank you for allowing me the opportunity to help you and your family with your life insurance needs. That's what we do. That's what we train agents to do on a daily basis.
I love it. It's became so normal to both of us because we've been doing it so long. So sometimes speaking about it, we have to backtrack. But for me, it's been such a reality that before they get on a call with me or before they get on a call with you, they are already familiar with you, Mr. Love, with me. And this is what we want for agents. Once they hear that phone, they pick up the phone and they say, "Hello, John. I've actually was just watching your video." Or, "Hey, John, I was watching your video last night. I'm excited to speak to you today." You're operating at such an advantage compared to perhaps what you're operating at right now. So,
You know, Mr. Roussel, it's time to put the lead vendors out of business because
absolutely.
the stuff that agents are buying, having no idea what generated the lead, what did they see that made it quote unquote a lead. These leads are now costing agents 40, 50, $60 and more each. I talk with agents all over the country. It's time to put the lead vendors out of business and take control of the most crucial element
Yep. Yep.
in the life insurance
Yep.
agent's business is leads.
Remove
That's
the
crucial.
middleman. Remove the middleman.
Yes,
It's
sir.
time. It's time.
It's
Mr.
past.
Rick,
Listen, it's past time.
that's even better. It's time to
Yeah,
take
it's
action
past
now.
time.
It's time. It's time. If we're only becoming more and more technological, and so if people and agents are not embracing it, they're going to be left behind. So it's better to start now, in my opinion. Better to start now.
Absolutely.
Mr. Rick Love,
Absolutely.
thank you so much for everything you've done so far and what you're about to do with these agents that are going to be coming on board. Thank you so much. Genuinely.
Mr. Roussel, thank you. Thank you again, Mr. Roussel. And agents, I thank you. And listen, I look forward to seeing you on the other side of frustration, the other side of dismay and discouragement, the other side of barely making it in this industry. I look forward to walking with you to the other side of this business,
Mm,
where it's more rewarding, more successful, more pleasing, more satisfying. Let me help you get there. Thank
awesome.
you.
So, agents, if you've already booked an appointment with Mr. Rick Love and the Final Expense Kingdom team, we look forward to seeing you on that appointment. Mr. Rick Love or a member of his team will be there to assist you in meeting with you. And if you haven't booked an appointment, then go ahead and link in the description and book a time there. Thank you, Mr. Love.
Thank you and have a blessed day.